ladies and gentlemen, Chris Dillsworth is here. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I know y'all was asking me. Well, I'm not going to bring it up, but he's here. He's here. And there he is.
Yeah.
There he
You
is. What's
know,
going on with you, brother?
you Negroes miss me, but I don't miss you. No, let me stop. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's going on, man? Hey, man, we got a lot to talk about. I was just explaining to the gang. Three the hardware. We've been on hiatus because of me. I've been going through a few things, and I haven't been able to do the podcast for the past couple of weeks, man. I didn't let anybody know, but I had some things going on. But we are back, and we are in full force. As a matter of fact, I've been doing so many other podcasts, I haven't had a chance to do my own. But that's out of the way now, hopefully. But right now, old Ray Dog is in big demand.
It is.
And Three the Hard Way is back on the scene. Guys, we got a big show tonight. We got a lot to talk about, man. I had a lot to talk about with y'all a couple of weeks ago with the WWE pay-per-view. What was it, Backlash? And the AEW pay-per-view a couple of weeks ago. Because I watched them both. Be that as it may, I watched them both, man. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I just start with the main events because that's really what I like to talk about when we talk about these shows. And then you guys can kind of throw in because you guys are giving me an edification when we talk about this. But that main event in the WWE Backlash, John Cena, Randy Orton. I'm going to be honest with you, brother. I love that match. Me and a buddy of mine called me. This is the honest to goodness truth. Buddy of mine called me. He's like, "What you doing, man?" I said, "Man, I just got home, man, and I'm watching WWE pay-per-view." And he's like, "Really? What station is on?" I said, "It's on the WWE station." He goes to his. Now we on the phone watching it together. And I'm giving him subtle things about what goes on into a match, so on and so forth, okay? He's not up on a lot of things in pro wrestling. And we're sitting there dying and enjoying pro wrestling like if we was at the event together, like you and like Chris and Devin Forster. If y'all hooked up and went to a pay-per-view together. That's what kind of fun we had. And, man, I'm going to tell you, that match had so many twists and turns. I was like, brother, I love it. Now, before we get to the AEW main event, I want to know what you guys thought about that main event. And the crowd is waiting for, huh?
It was mediocre at best.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why you're so surprised.
Brother, when I get excited about something, that's hard to do when it comes to professional wrestling. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. That match was so easy. It had so many different pictures that it painted. And that's what we don't see in professional wrestling anymore. They painted a picture. And the audience was able to look at the picture, pretty much understand the picture, and go with it, but you couldn't get the swerve at the end. You could never get it at the end. That's what made that match so interesting. And they didn't have to, like a movie, didn't have to blow up a train. It didn't have to destroy a building. It didn't have, a 50-story building didn't have to fall down to be excited about it. That, my friend, is professional wrestling. That is what people like you, Chris, that all you and Enforcer also, and many fans that call this show, that talk to me on social media, always talk about, I wish wrestling was like it was before it is now. That's what you got that night. So how can that be mediocre? And people like you, because if you disagree with that, that makes you a hypocrite, bro.
I don't see how, because I never said anything about.
Yes, you said that on many occasions.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. But if you want to be the antagonist,
no, I'm not being antagonist. You have said that we have had debates on this show when you bring up things from yesterday and apply them to today. And I'll have to tell you, those things don't work anymore. You're not going to see that anymore.
You have to
Now
be-
you saw it,
you have to
and
be
now
a
you're
rookie.
saying this. Now you're saying this. You're saying it was mediocre at best. So explain that.
I'm saying on business when I say that this is a movie that I've seen because you always say that wrestling is just another form of it's entertainment. But
Oh,
this-
of course. Whenever you pay to see something, it's entertainment. If you pay 2 dogs taking a shit, that's entertainment. Because you pay for it.
graphic. Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
so disgusting.
I'm just
Oh,
saying. Don't make it a independent entity, because it's not.
I didn't say that. I'm just
No,
saying,
you
like,
said I said that is entertainment. Yes, anything you pay for is entertainment.
listen. Maybe you want to go back to your yesteryears, and that's
No, I'm not going back to that.
Yes, you are.
I'm chronicling what I saw as opposed to what I see on a daily basis.
Okay, so you more so old school, which is fine.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I accept today. That's what you don't do.
I do, but I'm once again, the shits you watch, I don't really care for too much. John Cena, the only thing I love about John Cena is he does reverse psychology on the audience. I love that about him. But the thing about it is that I'm just not too hip on him going against a Care Bear like Randy Orton. Randy Orton should not be a Care Bear going around and kissing babies or whatever. He's a badass. He's a viper. He's a legend killer.
Okay, let me get this straight.
My
So,
philosophy is a little bit different. I'm sorry.
in essence, right now, everything is about your emotions, not an edification to the audience as to what you saw. So, in essence, you were dead in the water as a wrestling fan because of your emotions. That's what you're saying.
I mean, if that's your interpretation, that's fine.
No, that's what you just said.
No.
You talked about John Cena. You didn't say nothing about the match.
Okay, so
You talked about John Cena as an individual. You talked about Randy Orton. He should be not kissing babies, this, that, and the other, right?
okay, so you
That
wanna
makes that an individual emotional state as it pertains to you.
So you want to know about the match? Cool.
No. You just said everything you need to say. Let's let the enforcer talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So if I would think, we got an audience. We got an audience, man, and we need to bring them up to speed.
Okay.
That's what I thought the show was about. I didn't know we were going to be talking about who we like and who we don't like a high school girlfriend or something like that. I didn't know that.
Well, I thought we was having a conversation, but since you want to go to enforce,
I chronicled, and not only that, I gave everybody pretty much a premise as to what we was going to talk about. Not my personal feelings toward nobody. But anyway, enforcer, what did you think, man?
I can't believe that, man.
I'm prepared to say what I got to say now.
No. I'm just saying we can go into individualities and emotions, but at first we need to edify the audience on what they saw.
I saw a nostalgia. I saw that what I seen way back when it was Randy Orton and John Cena before. Just
Me too.
John Cena is a heel now. Randy Orton is, I guess,
right,
playing the John Cena role. And like my brother said, kissing babies, all that stuff. But it was pretty much the greatest hits.
Well, he snapped on me for that, but hey.
No, he's saying he did, but he's not putting it in an individuality type emotional state.
But he literally just said the same thing I said going around.
But look at the context of which he put it in.
Okay.
Look at that.
It was there
because I know everything you saying. Excuse me, Enforcer. Everything you saying, I know that, but that's not what I'm looking at. But go ahead, Enforcer.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty much their greatest hit. This is John Cena's last go round, and he's working with everybody. He give us everybody's last match. So
I think I heard something about that too.
Yeah, he like this. All right, this is the last time we saw him and Randy Orton, which is one of his greatest rivals. And it was for the WWE title. Well, all I saw was a nostalgia act, which is cool. Which is cool on that end. Like, listen, this is the last thing. Let me see a couple of FUs or whatever we call it, AA, Triple A's, whatever we call it, and Randy Orton do his RKOs. But at the end of the day, we knew the results. So I was
Oh
about to
yeah.
you
Well, well, I can see Randy Orton. This is the thing. Randy Orton is what he is now. He's been there what 20 years,
yeah,
20 something years,
yeah,
at least.
yeah.
And that's what I was explaining to a buddy of mine. I said, wait a minute, man. You don't really see two guys at these guys' ages going against each other very much. Because I started thinking, how long have these guys been around? I said, I know Cena and Orton was there when my brother first went there and started getting a push. So I said, I know they was there then. I was like, well, how many years ago was that? I couldn't think off the top of my head, but I knew it had to be 20 or over. I knew at least had to be 04, 03 or something like that.
18 years, 3 months, 3 days, 14 minutes, and 14 seconds to be exact, sir.
Which one? Both?
Both.
They both came in together?
Yeah, they came in together.
Actually did.
OBW, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Randy was there, and John Cena was there like a week or two before or after him.
Right. So I was telling my homeboy that. So I was like, but the thing is, the match was very entertaining because it was an explosion. It wasn't an explosion ready to happen. It was two guys doing their interpretation in the middle of the ring. And that's just something you don't see anymore. And it's a main event, and it held my attention. And it held my attention because, man, it was so theatrical. A lot of stuff hold my attention, when everything blowing up and everybody jumping off the buildings, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. But, man, by the mere fact, the big swerve at the end, because I'm looking to see what are they going to swerve me with at the end, because I know they always do. And they got me again. They got me again when he RKO'd, the part where he RKO'd all those guys that came in the ring, one after another, and I'm on the floor dying laughing. Now I'm on the floor. I'm like, okay, you don't see this. You might do a couple of them, but I don't know how many guys it was, but it was just one after another. And brother, I got a big kick out of that because I don't know who put that match together. I don't know what agent put that match together, but they did it, man.
Okay, that one I'm going to say I was laughing because he RKO'd all Nick Artist. And when he did it, I'm like, dude, he did sell you that. He wrote a check that said, oh, this is for next time. And he did it again. So he pretty much warned you.
Right.
RKO you again. You just don't know when it's coming.
I loved it.
Now, the funny thing about that match that I just remembered about that match while you were saying that was the guy that everybody's talking about right now.
Who's that?
R-Truth was part of that match.
Well, I know. I was going to get to the R-Truth thing. Man, my phone didn't.
Which was kind of like the start of all this madness we got going on right now.
But you think that was a prelude?
No.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the work has been. I think somebody turned the switch on. I think we've been getting work the whole time.
Oh, which part?
I think implementing the R-Truth thing, and then R-Truth had a big role in the Saturday Night's main event thing. Then all of a sudden, he's gone. Then all of a sudden, he's back.
You know what, Uncle? To be honest with you, fuck Triple H, respectfully.
Right?
Fuck the wrestling media. I don't give a fuck if it was a work or what. I can tell you this. I was legit shocked. I really was. So if it was a work, it was a damn good job. However, it was rebuked by R-Truth's son. He said, he said, you need to stop the cap. That was not a work. And I'm just like, well, listen, it did his job. R-Truth is super duper over. Like super over. My only thing is that where is this new resurgence going to come from? AK, what's that one dude from Tekken 8, the one that got them satellite dishes? What's his name?
I don't know.
I forgot.
I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, people will know who I'm talking about, especially when he cut his hair off or whatever.
Somebody will probably say his name here in the comments in a second.
Yeah, up there looking like Wolverine.
I think she just said it, but I don't know. I know you're talking about.
I just forgot his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was cool.
I mean, like I both just said, if this was a work, it was a good freaking way to work this with the social media. How social media is today, everybody knows everything. But like again, I'll repeat what Chris just said. His son came out and said, "While Triple H came on the post game and said, are you enjoying the show? Yeah, we had this plan all along." His son like, "No, you didn't. My father was hurt."
Mm-hmm.
Which he was.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
It's working to the benefit right now. Like,
I'm gonna tell you why I thought it was work.
Yeah.
Mm.
In the wrestling business, when they let you go, they don't bring you back. Even if they're wrong. They will never admit we're wrong. Till 2 years, 3 years, 4 years later. They never admit they were wrong. Because if somebody made that decision and then somebody goes back and bring a person back, then you just said somebody working together just admitted you were wrong about that. And the reason I'm saying that is when people get let go, it's stages to it. It ain't just somebody just wake up one day. And I remember I was just saying he was in a big part of Saturday night's main event. He was in the match I was just talking about with Cena and Randy Orton.
Mm.
Now all of a sudden, and a big part of what was it? Monday night show.
Mm-hmm.
Then now all of a sudden you're fired. Whenever you're getting ready to go, you see a person getting faded out, like Braun Strowman. Remember Braun Strowman? Did you not let him go?
Yeah,
Did you see the slowly but surely he's getting taken down the ladder? When they get rid of you in pro wrestling, it's already been cemented months before it happens. Always. And I'm going to tell you something. You ain't never going to be in the limelight very, very recently and then wake up one day and somebody didn't let you go. It just don't work like that. I'm just telling you inside, man, what's wrong with my phone? Inside stuff that happens in professional wrestling. Think about it. How many people have you ever seen been working on top one week and then they go on the next? Think about it.
It's very rare.
Yeah,
no,
rare.
It ain't rare at all. It doesn't happen. Your fate has been, it's just like let's say on a football team, somebody do something, okay, a guy have an accident or something like that and hurt somebody on his off time and he gone the next week. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now that happens all the time. Somebody messed up. Mm-hmm. But in wrestling, brother, your fate has already been cemented way before they take you off the air. Way before that. Because they want to gradually take you out of the fan's mind. They don't want to put him in your mind and then jerk him away from you. That's not out of business. That's why I'm saying, I could be wrong though. Anything can happen. But from my experience, they don't do that.
But when you said they did this before. They did this before when they fired. I'm gonna bring up an old one. Matt Hardy got fired from WWE for.
Yeah, but Matt Hardy was having outside the ring problems.
Right. But then they brought him back when I remember this one because it was in Madison Square Garden, chanting "You screw Matt," and it kept going. And they brought him back.
I'm not saying they won't bring you back, but what I'm saying, Matt Hardy's problems didn't come. His downfall came from his decimation of himself. His downfall came from his demise was his fault. So they had to let him go. It's one thing having to let you go because of the rules and regulations. It's another thing when just letting you go because of principles. They didn't want to let him go. But I'm just saying that's a bad comparison. And Matt Hardy was not injected in pay-per-view main events at that time. Because he had been having problems for quite some time, if you remember that.
Yeah.
And they had been tolerating it little by little, but it started to creep up more and more and more and more.
Well, with Matt Hardy, we didn't know about Matt Hardy problems until we got really the social media.
Yeah, but they did.
Yeah, they did. We knew about Jeff Hardy. That's why I say when people like, if I go comparing when the fans how they did with R-Truth, we want truth. They said screw Matt, blah blah. In a couple of weeks, which then take off R-Truth, but it took a little time for Matt Hardy. They brought him back, and I think with WWE, like I said, it just wasn't work. They're doing damage control because they went through this time and time again with the "you screw Matt" or the CM Punk chancel over the years. Like, oh, we don't want all this. Okay, bring him back because blah blah. And they said in a report that they gave him a new contract within 72 hours before he actually came back. So
probably so.
Again, if it wasn't a work, smart decision on your part. If it was a work, goddamn, y'all got us. I feel good about it. I put it out there. I like when I got work, if I get work, because these days it's hard to do. It's hard to do because we get all the information and stuff. So
I'm gonna tell you my second theory. I had two theories. Once I listen to you, I can see where you're coming from. My theory on the work, I can see where that's coming from. I can see where Chris is coming from also. As to somebody did it and I'm leaning toward Chris, but this is why.
Why?
This is why. Now, stay with me on this, bro. Stay with me on this.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a connection, but you remember all this happened right before Vince McMahon's wife was getting grilled on Capitol Hill about DEI.
Linda have not been in.
You remember that? That was just few days back.
That
Did you hear that? When them people on Capitol Hill got knee deep in Linda, I mean, I was watching it, man, and I was like, wow. And this is what I thought. Think about this, y'all, guys. This is what I was thinking at that time. Man, she up here, they grilling her about DEI, and the lady was bringing up Black history. And the lady that was grilling her brought up a couple of Black historic things. Would they be taught in a curriculum in public schools? And then Linda McMahon was kind of stuck, and she's like, I never read that book. And she said, well, have you heard about, I forgot what one of them was, but it had something to do with something like Tulsa, something like Tulsa, or something like what's the one that was in Florida? You know what I'm saying? It was some of those type of things. And she didn't know nothing about it.
She didn't.
She
got
know
a degree
nothing.
in French, but she don't have a degree in, literature.
Oh, brother, I could see that. I didn't know that, but it didn't take a genius to figure that one out. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's weird that y'all say that because, hey, Chris, didn't we kind of say that?
My boy just said Tulsa and playing Ruby Bridge.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Thanks. Who was that? 13,000? Yeah.
13,000.
So that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. And then they let R-Truth go. And then they brought it back. So now you see what I'm kind of leaning with you, Chris, but I'm saying, why? All this happened at basically the same. Could that be it? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, from my understanding, I'm gonna put this out here now.
Okay.
Say allegedly, because I don't want you to get in trouble.
Disclaimer.
Right, disclaimer.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Apparently, Triple H had the final word. Now, I'm kind of like on the fence with that.
Okay.
Because he's part of.
That's his job, though. That's his job, though.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that part. Okay.
He's the executive producer.
See,
wow.
Now I would say he had the final thought, but I also would say like that board probably gave him boost. Like, hey, we say he got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Triple H, you're a wrestler's type of boss. You with the wrestlers. You was a wrestler, so you know what it is.
Right.
But the board, like, hey, you want to still work here? We can kick you out too. We did your father-in-law the same way. We kick you out.
Now, okay, I can see that.
You know, it's I got some mafia inside. I got some mafia.
That's basically what it is. It's a big mafia. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But what I'm listening to what y'all saying, I think about and Chris. We said this last night. No, on Sunday. It's also a distraction.
It is.
Because when you just said that, I don't hear Linda McMahon name or whatever since Drew came back.
No. What I'm talking about is the optics of a company that you guys used to run. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the optics. And what if follow me on this, and their name, whether they don't have, they're not the controlling light of the company anymore. Their name is still attached to that company. Now, if you think about what DEI is, and as it pertains to her being the czar of education right now, and what they were grilling her on. You saw it, Chris.
I seen it.
I mean, this was a brother. They went to school on her, bro. And I hadn't seen it. Huh?
That was a massacre.
Yeah, it was, man. And Chris, the first thing I thought about was R-Truth. You know what I'm saying? But then next thing I know, he back. I said, wait a minute. He come back after this flogging. Now, I'm not saying it's connected, man. But come on, brother. That's a bad look. That's a real bad. You're talking about DEI as it pertains to minorities and stuff like that in school. And then a guy that you've been pushing the last few weeks now, all of a sudden gets let go.
I mean,
and then it was really, really bad. And then it's like, oh, no. We got to bring him. Let him get him back.
I mean,
I don't know.
Let's literally have this conversation. We cannot take this off the table. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially when we're in an industry where blacks are not supposed to be wrestling anyway.
Now you see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel you on that.
Okay.
I didn't think of that part.
Right.
The timeline, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, that is a little bit weird.
Yeah, think about that, bro.
Yeah, man, Uncle.
That's the crazy. Like when you put
think about it.
We never said, like, we never even put that in the equation.
I did not. I didn't. I'm the first one to admit that I did not put that in the equation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is neither did I until I seen when all of this transpired. Wow. It all transpired at the same. He was fired right before that. That thing on Capitol Hill happened a few days later, and next thing I know, he's back.
Yep.
What was that? He just came back when? Monday?
Saturday?
Okay, I know it was this weekend sometime.
Saturday.
Because I seen somebody posted on social media, and I was like, what? He back already? Okay. I'm like, and then I'm looking at the video of the stuff on Capitol Hill. This was maybe sometime this weekend also. And then I'm like, that's funny. What if somebody had brought that up on Capitol Hill?
You know what?
The way Chris just put it. What if somebody had said, no, I'm quite sure they won't, but you know how people like to put two and two together. Not you. Ain't nobody going to let you on Capitol Hill.
I am petty.
They could have brought it up because she opened that door.
That's what I'm saying.
She opened that door like 2 months or whatever months ago it was, where she like, oh, and this is my son-in-law, Paul Levesque. And she opened that door.
I didn't know that.
You introduced Capitol Hill to WWE.
Yeah. And this big nose motherfucker was right in the back when she was getting confirmed.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute, man. I can't have you talking about Triple H like that.
Okay.
You know,
Triple
H is a very good friend of mine, and I don't want to excoriate his name.
That's fine, but the thing about this is, man, is a compulsive liar. He needs to
Huh?
stop lying. He needs to stop lying to the masses. He needs to stop. That's why his nose keep growing, because every time that nigga fucking lies, it keeps growing a couple of inches and shit. Look like a goddamn dildo.
Now, this show is not about. I can't let you excoriate Triple H like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. So
Okay.
All the comments is from Chris Dilworth, aka Megatron, not Stevie Ray, because Stevie Ray wants to keep his money, and that is fine. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, man, you probably just cost me a lot of it.
But what I'm saying right here,
Thanks a lot.
Coming from Chris, this is not scripted, not whatsoever. So I'm gonna stand on business when I say this, that your shit looks like a goddamn tree trunk. Thank you so much.
Well, okay, well, we're gonna leave him out of this because as of right now, Triple H still has a job to do, and sometimes having jobs like that, you got to make tough decisions.
So are we not gonna talk about WrestleMania 42?
Okay, we can.
That's nothing we said. That was a distraction from the announcement. You pulled the rug underneath New Orleans, and now you're going back to Las Vegas.
Wait a minute. I thought they were going. I was told both. I was told they was going back to Vegas, but I was also told that they was going to Great Britain.
No, that wasn't going back to They wasn't going to the UK.
That was when they took it to New Orleans. That was the assumption that they were going to finally go WrestleMania in London. But then the dollar signs came out like, this was the most
profitable.
Yeah, most money we made at WrestleMania in a long time. So let's do it again. No,
my boy say Steve Ray trying to get booked.
No, you're not doing that.
Listen, he was
I am.
He is legend. He good. They don't know. They don't know fat nigga like me. They don't give a fuck.
Queen has spoken. What's Queen talking about? They were playing drunk and tried to.
It's a whole bunch of
man. I heard that they did. I heard that they did very well, man.
Yeah, they
in
made,
Vegas.
22. No, they made 200 million. I think.
You did
really? I mean, how many days was that? 4 days?
Oh well, if you want to count the whole entire
I think they were there damn near the whole week. Even the Wrestlecade was like 4 days.
They did the whole week.
As a matter of fact, I'm setting up something to try to be, if they're in Vegas next year, I'm trying to set up something for next year to be there.
Chris, you want to take a trip?
I might pull up.
Yeah, y'all should, man. This is gonna be a big thing, man. It's gonna be a big thing.
Stevie is tall as fuck, dude. Like I was like looking, I'm like, dude, you were like a skyscraper, bro.
What are you talking about?
You.
Me what?
You tall as fuck. I'm thinking
you must didn't see the picture. You must didn't see the picture I just posted with me and a bunch of basketball players.
Man.
I look like Muggsy Bogues.
Man, fuck that.
No.
I should be.
I look short, man.
Nah.
Them Jews was all 6'8" and up.
You like 6'5", ain't you?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
But I'm telling you, next year we're putting some stuff together, man. And if it works out, we're gonna be there, with our own table doing our own thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I'll be going to the WrestleMania though.
Oh, don't worry, we're not either. But,
no, we're not. Yeah, we already decided that. I'm like, no, I'm good.
We had a great time around WrestleMania. We had a great time around.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to do more of that than. Well, first of all, man, it's hard, man. Those WrestleManias are hard, man. In the stadiums.
Yeah.
I remember the WrestleManias from the buildings. The stadiums, man, they're tough, man. They're real tough. I mean, on a fan, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, man. Looking at wrestling from a long way is not like watching wrestling from a building, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, brother, they had that thing packed 2 days in a row. And then my boy was telling me that you got to take like buses or something to the stadium because there ain't no parking near it.
Basically, yeah.
Because they say to come across the way. You have to come across the way and have to bring you over. Or he said the people got to walk over.
Or the people got to walk over. Yeah.
Yeah, he said the people got to walk. My buddy was telling me that. My buddy was there.
And it's useless to get an Uber because that Uber will.
That's what they said.
Will not reach you.
That's what they said. That's what my boy was saying. I was like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Boy,
I mean, you gotta think that like Las Vegas is like one big circle.
But see, the last time I went to Vegas, they was it was almost done, but it wasn't done. The stadium.
The same,
So, they put the stadium right down the street from the Strip.
right.
Right. I mean, when you come from the airport and you come from the Strip, the stadium is right there. And I'm like, man, this is where they building the stadium at? I didn't think nothing of it at the time, but I thought they would build it like outside of Vegas, like they did with the big racetrack. It's Vegas, they call it Vegas, but it's built down the road a little bit, because ain't nothing around Vegas. Once you come through it, ain't nothing out there but open desert land. So I thought they were going to do that, but no, they built it right there. Brother, you can walk from MGM right to it.
You can. It's like maybe a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. About 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I've never been. So
yeah. I'm just saying, if you're coming from the airport, you take a cab and you're going toward the Strip, like MGM or Caesar's Palace, all those places. Mm-hmm. You see the stadium. You know what I'm saying? It's in the stadium in between the airport and the Strip. Yeah. And I'm thinking it's going to be way down there, but it wasn't. I was like, okay. Yeah. Now, when my buddy was telling me about how they had to walk and everything too, because it's on the other, it's a freeway right there too. And I guess you got to cross the bridge to get to that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow.
Yep.
I was like,
see the airport from the MGM MGM Grand.
What's that?
You can actually see the airport like hotel.
It's nowhere.
Yeah.
Vegas ain't that big. Vegas is about the size of
Washington.
No, I'm talking about Vegas, the Strip area. It's not big at all.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's not big at all. I mean, you just got a few miles going down the road, and you see the big hotels and stuff like that. And after a mile or two of that, nothing. You're in downtown. You're in downtown Vegas now.
Mm-hmm.
What's
going on, Ziggy? What's good with you?
Who was that?
It's Ziggy.
I see Ziggy.
Yeah.
What's up, brother? I see Willis. But yeah, man. So I think if it's gonna be there again, well, you can't help them. You can't blame them, brother. They gotta. If that money is there to be got, man, they got to get it, bro.
I just don't like how they went about it because
what's that?
From my understanding, everything was finalized.
With New Orleans.
Yeah, everything was finalized.
That's what we were preparing. Me and my boys. That's what we were preparing for. New Orleans.
Everybody was.
Yeah,
everybody was.
Yeah, because we was gonna go out there and see Ziggy because Ziggy's he's in Baton Rouge, but
that's just right down the road.
Right. So we were gonna go see him, kick it with him, but then we found out it's off. Like, what do you mean it's off? Like, they're not having WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans. It was like, why they're not having it? They had the explosions. They had right. The Rock finally came, or WrestleMania finally came back to New Orleans, and then we find out that the reason why they're leaving is because of a financial situation. Just like, okay, I've never heard of an excuse like that, but hey, but then again, I think that TKO is in debt of $3 billion. Like, I'm just like, wow.
But you got the reason I'm was kind of perplexed about the whole thing because WWE follows the Super Bowls, and the Super Bowl was just in New Orleans in the Superdome.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, now I see why they're going there. Super Bowl was just there. Okay, that'll be cool. And that ain't far from me either. So that's one reason I really liked it. It's a drive for me. Mm. So. But now it's back in Vegas, so hey, man, now we gotta have to.
I'm not, bro. I ain't digging that shit, bro. Like,
you don't like Vegas?
I mean, no, I fuck with Vegas. I like Vegas. Vegas is way too expensive.
That's true.
Already,
it's way too.
That's
expensive.
true.
And then
especially on a WrestleMania weekend,
right?
I think that's what you're saying.
Like airline tickets too. So like, weekend, it's expensive.
Yes,
like, you got to get on a Thursday or maybe like the Thursday or Wednesday. That's when you're going to get.
And they know it because I've been out there for a few fights, over the years. Mm-hmm. And brother, you think the wrestling stuff, if it's a big fight, oh my God, you really have to be. And you know, people that's into fights are really into fights. So imagine the tickets and stuff just to get in a boxing event. It's crazy. It is crazy.
I was just about to ask you, like, it's expensive already by itself. Vegas by itself is expensive.
Right.
And now you got to add WrestleMania when you already know that, oh, WrestleMania coming time, let's boost the prices up.
Yes.
they got money. They got money. They got one ticket to WrestleMania. They got money.
Yeah. Or they done save their money. They say a lot of fans save their money all year round.
Just for one.
So you telling me that you're gonna save $40,000 on one ticket?
Now I ain't talking about them. Them people just well off. I'm talking about the regular fans.
I mean,
I'm talking about the regular fans.
The cheapest ticket is like fucking $1,500.
That's the regular fan.
Yeah, not me.
No.
He done saved $100. He done saved $100 a week. You know what I'm saying? Or $100, $200 a month to do this. I know I've met these people. You know what I'm saying? I've met them, and I'm like, wow, you must really be a fan.
I'm telling y'all right now, the money that you gonna have for one ticket, there's gonna be at least 12 other wrestling shows around, and you can spend that.
Now, Willis just said, don't be shocked if WWE runs Vegas for 5 years in a row.
You can keep that shit, and my black ass gonna be sitting on my couch.
TKO is based in Vegas.
I was just about to say that, and that might be why Willis was just saying that.
Because it's more cheaper for them to stay in one
exactly
versus like going somewhere else across the
exactly
country, you know. So
I don't know,
but that's wild work. That's wild work.
The cheapest ticket last year for WrestleMania was $450.
And that's in the bleachers.
That's
cheap seats, man.
That's the deal. You need binoculars, or you looking at
and that's WrestleMania in a football stadium,
right?
You know what I'm saying? For $450 on a Sunday, that's a pretty good ticket.
Not
when you're watching a football game, that's a pretty good ticket.
Football game, but
you know what I'm saying? $450 for a football game, you got a pretty good seat because it ain't
at the 50-yard line.
You know what I'm saying? You got a pretty good seat, but in WrestleMania,
man, please,
man, that might be standing room only.
if you sitting there and you just watching it on the TV, you better off just sitting up at home.
Yeah, I hear you. But that Vegas experience, and I think that's one thing that helped them out last year. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people had never experienced that Vegas experience before by going to Vegas and then going to WrestleMania and seeing all this different stuff that you hear about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And maybe they never experienced it before at that level because this is the first WrestleMania ever in Vegas, right?
No, second.
No, this is the second.
The second one. What was the other one at?
WrestleMania 9.
That was in the Caesar's Palace, though, right? No. I thought it was in Caesar's.
I thought it was 7, but
no, it was not.
No, I thought it was.
That's when if you remember that WrestleMania when Hogan came back. Hogan came back and the tickets went skyrocket. They sold out WrestleMania.
Yeah, but what did they work at?
It was Caesar Palace, but it was where the boxing happened.
No, see, Caesar's right. Caesar's is outdoors.
Yeah,
their arena is outdoors.
Right.
They got 2 arenas.
Right.
At Caesar's Palace because we wrestled there before. They got the one like Enforcer talking about where the boxers at, and you see all the seats, but it's got to be good weather.
It was.
It's got to be good weather because all that stuff is outdoors. They stopped using that. Might have been why they never been back because everything moved over to MGM. MGM wasn't built then.
No,
because everything went to MGM, or they did it at the Thomas and Mack Center. Now, Thomas and Mack Center is where the University of Las Vegas, Nevada play basketball. Yeah.
There you go, Duck put it up. It was WrestleMania 9 held April 4th. 1993.
Oh, nice. Hey, looks like you got a new viewer, Unc.
Who's that?
John, what's it? Dantley, I believe. He said he's a new viewer. He said TKN sent me here. I don't know.
Oh, TKN. Okay. Who was that? John?
Yes.
I think I know who that is. I think I know this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man. Appreciate you could join the show. But hey, man, let's get over to AEW.
AEW. You know,
I'm not going to even start with the Hurt business.
Oh, see, you smirking. I'm keeping an eye on your black ass. Yeah. We've been dealing with this shit for almost like what 6 months now. I guess not even 6 months. It's been about 3 months. So now, what you gonna say? They look like Nation of Domination, like they got Owen Hart in the all black faction. That I agree with.
Enforcer. I'm not going to even address Chris. I'm going to address you.
You're not going to address me because you ain't ready for that smoke, sir. You might have been Harlem Heat. You was kicking people.
You can expound on what I'm saying, but I'm not going to talk directly to you.
Why not? You talk directly to me when we the first 5 minutes. Talk about Mr.
That was different. That was different. I got to straighten you out. I got to straighten you out.
What? Oh yeah, I remember the last time your ass straightened me.
I gotta straighten you out.
He was like, hey, Chris. Hey, don't be wearing that goddamn Daisy Duke bald-headed bitch on my damn podcast. I'm like,
see, I always gotta straighten you out. We got a history of this.
I know.
We got a history of this.
I know.
Well, see, I'm not gonna even bring Enforcer. I'm not gonna even bring the Hurt Syndicate up.
What we talking about?
He ain't ready for that life. He ain't ready for that life.
What are you talking about?
I really want you to entertain me though, because like we're going on.
I'm not going to entertain you. I'm going to enlighten you.
Enlighten me on what? Your bullshit? No, we not doing that. Come on now, give them a little bit of credit.
Okay, Enforcer. Enforcer. Here we go. You can. I'm gonna cut your mic. Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna cut your mic. I don't want to hear your shit.
Okay.
All right. I'm trying to. Actually, what I want, I'm not going to talk about him right now. Let's go through that main event.
Now you want to skip?
Let's go through the main. No, I got some shit I want to talk about. Because if I get into it with you, I ain't gonna never get to what we really need to talk about. All right?
Well, you should have never started this.
Well, don't worry about that. I'm talking to Enforcer anyhow.
All right, that's fine.
I'm talking to Enforcer anyhow. I wasn't even talking to you. I said, Enforcer, I'm not going to bring up the Hurt Syndicate. That's what I said.
Okay.
Then he go off.
Okay.
He go off.
Okay, host. What you
I'm just talking to my man right here. I just want to get things straight.
Listen, you do your little Oregon Trail, and I'm gonna sing your little pretty.
Now, that main event a couple of weeks ago, it was so much. I don't even remember Kenny Omega, Powerhouse Hobbs. It was so much going. I never seen. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I never seen so much shit go on in one match in my life.
Oh, you're not talking about the main event. You're talking about the event. Okay. You're talking about Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That shit.
Yes. That.
Man.
Okay, so
brother, when the dude came out on the forklift, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Listen.
Let me say this for anybody out there right now that said something negative about that match.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Let me talk to them for 1 minute.
Go ahead. You got the floor, bro.
For all those that say wrestling need to be different, need to be it's the same old. This match has so much going on. You cannot tell me you did not have something in that match that you didn't like. You can't. You'll find something. You'll find something. Steve was talking about a forklift was involved. They changed the music. They had 3 different music. The young ones came out like they were truly the forefathers of wrestling. It was so crazy. It was so crazy that even storylines got put in, but no one's talking about it. No one's talking about that. Hook came out with the brightest freaking hoodie out, knocked out Cesaro, and walked away. No one's talking about that Swerve pinned the champion.
Right.
And should be next in line, but no, he can't. But that's a whole other story. No one's talking about that. It's so much going on. And it was a spot fest with Damon. I love each and every one of the spots in that match. Okay?
Dog, I was flabbergasted every time. I'm like, Okay, I'm from the wrestling business, so you guys gotta realize I'm looking at this totally different from where you're looking at it.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, how long did they have to put this match together? Because I'm like, how could they remember everything, man? I was like, this is crazy. And who came up with all this stuff? It was. I thoroughly enjoyed that, brother. I ain't gonna lie. It was crazy, but I loved it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. That is an AEW.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have to give him that.
If anybody come out and do something like that, this is the first match you can say from AEW. This is AEW's match.
Yep.
And and they always up themselves with this. It gets better each year. Because me and Chris like, how the hell they gonna top this next year? And they top it. How the hell they gonna top this one? They top it. It's crazy.
This year's was the craziest I've ever seen it.
Right.
Really?
This has literally got to be the greatest.
Exploding table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't expect
what?
that either.
I forgot about that.
Didn't expect that either, bro. The exploding table. I think what just did it for me is that they went back to 2001. They put on bodies. And I'm like, oh, he was like, drop that shit. I'm like,
Kenny Omega, who's the nicest person you could ever meet.
Yeah.
Man.
Said, got the mic. You would throw a swerve when it came like, man, drop that shit. Kenny comes out and said, no, bring back 2000. Drop that shit. Those that was around that time, if you hear that, especially back then, before, that was around the time when WWE was versus WCW versus ECW. And all that stuff. Like, oh shit, okay. And you rock like, and they played it 35 times. They had it on replay 35 times. Like,
really?
Then they had to they blew out the amplifier and then they stopped it.
Which was in the wrestling match.
Yeah, that was
no DJ stopped.
Wrestling moves. You 100% right, bro. This wasn't even a wrestling match. I don't know. This was something like from the movie The Warriors.
or the
If anybody remember that movie, The Warriors.
Yeah, it was a wrestling purge.
That's exactly what it was.
Wrestling purge.
A wrestling
oh my God.
They should start every Anakin Arena match with the purge horn.
Oh my God, bro!
Let me break here in. So comment section. Now, hopefully, you guys are joining, or you are enjoying 3 the Hard Way with our famous host, Mr. Stevie Ray, WWE Hall of Famer Stevie Ray, 10-time world champion. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Share the live if you guys could. If you have any questions or anything like that, I believe Stevie is going to open up the line shortly.
Most definitely.
But if you got a comment or if you have a question in the comment section, you can just put them down. As a matter of fact, there is a question for you from Ziggy. He asked people calling in already.
No, I was just making sure the phone was. I was just making sure the phone was working. But go ahead, Ziggy said something. Yes, Imagine a slapjack on the pile of thumbtacks. No, I'm not imagining that.
Go back to that other one.
You wrestling an exploding table and stuff.
Would you?
Like that.
Hell no.
Why?
Well, I would have to if I was under contract, but it wouldn't be my choice, Ziggy.
Someone would hit Stevie Ray with the sign that said, "Go over and eat cone the long way."
Check this out, guys out there. Like what Chris just said.
Wow.
Please follow, subscribe. We are on all platforms. Please follow, subscribe. And there is no other professional wrestling show that talks about professional wrestling, like 3 the Hard Way. Nobody talks about this stuff the way we do. We talk about it the way it's supposed to be talked about. And we want all you guys to chime in. And if any of you guys out there got any questions, you can call into the show. We are one of the few shows, whereas you can call into the show. And the number here is 832-243-4428. 832-243-4428. I just see my boy, the Human Tornado. What's up, Tornado? You guys familiar with the Human Tornado?
I
Indie
think I
great.
am. I think
The
I've seen
indie,
that
the
movie.
indie
I
wrestler
think-
great.
Yeah, the indie wrestler, man. He's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Bro.
That's my favorite wrestler of all time. Huh?
Big fan here. Yes, sir.
Oh my God, man. I think Tornado retired, man. But
Yeah.
brother, I would follow him on social media and I would follow him on YouTube. And I'm dying laughing at some of his matches, man. I'm just in stitches. Even my daughter, I even showed my daughter a few years ago. I was like, baby, you got to see this guy. You know what I'm saying? And I pulled him up on my phone. We were going somewhere together. I can't even remember what. Might have been to the
They
gym.
got one more match left.
They got one more match left.
Okay, one more match. And brother, we sitting there. No, we were in the gym. I tell you, that's where we were. We at the gym, and I was letting her see the human turn. And this,
Really?
if I remember the match, it had a little chick in it.
He said this Saturday in Los Angeles.
Tornado versus Hoodfoot. Who name is Hoodfoot?
Hoodfoot.
Hoodfoot.
Anybody in that area, man, please go check out the Human Tornado, brother. You will never be more entertained in a professional wrestling match. And I'm telling you, man,
Nick.
I was like, man, I wish I could have seen him in person, man. I wish he had made the big time of AEW or something like that. That's what I was hoping to see him at one of the bigger organizations. Huh?
How old is he?
I'm not sure. Hold on, guys. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
It's a funny
Human
spot
Tornado,
he
how
did.
old are you?
Three the hard way. Who's calling?
Yeah. My name is Amara from Cali.
Okay.
Just want to say, Steve, I want to give you a flowers. Me and my family, we all have respect for you and your brother, what you did in the business.
Okay.
You represented us in our community.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You don't have a question for one of the boys on Three the Hard Way, like Chris Dillsworth, as he makes his rounds talking about the Herc Syndicate? You don't have any questions about that?
Yeah, I do have a question about the Hurt Syndicate. Do you think they're going to be, do you think they're going to, are they going to be kind of stable? It's going to have all the belts? Or
You know what, Ving? I think DEI is going to raise his ugly head.
What?
I think DEI is going to put them right back in their place.
What is this?
No. I'm just kidding. Chris, I'm kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
For that. Oh my!
I'm just kidding,
God.
dog. I mean, be honest, man. The man asked me a question.
Oh wow! He called them deep hires. That is.
I think. Hey, put it like this. They just had what's his name? Jim MJF. What's his name?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
MJF, yeah.
Now, come on, brother. Let's get realistic right here. Let's get realistic. Let's go back. Let's go back to school. Haven't we learned? Does anybody know anything about the Black Panthers? Do you know anything about the Black? Who infiltrated? Who infiltrated them?
Yeah, no, the Black Panthers. Are you talking about the Black Panthers from the 60s? Or
Yeah, from the 60s. Who infiltrated them and gave the opening for the FBI to take them down? You dig?
I forgot his name, but I know who it is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It was a Asian guy working with the white guy. And now you're going to let this guy into your faction? You kidding me?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if the Hurt Syndicate was so up on their game, why would you let somebody infiltrate what you're trying to do, dog? You think Nino Brown would have let somebody infiltrate his group of guys in New Jack City?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to catch. Okay, so MVP is
That's all I
smart.
have to say. Thank you for your time.
But I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Don't be a stranger, man.
Go ahead, Chris. 'Cause I got
All right, brother. Peace.
I
What about that, Mr. Chris Dillsworth?
no, I get you want to be petty, but that's fine. But
That ain't petty.
No,
I'm giving you history.
no, you giving me history pettyism. That's what you're doing.
Put it like
Now,
this.
Listen,
You think we, if I got myself, my brother, Big T, Ahmed Johnson, and Big Teddy, you think we would let someone of Caucasian persuasion join our faction?
So when you was wrestling,
I'm asking a question. I want you to tell me.
I know
so
the answer.
can I like?
No, I don't want you to give me one of them roundabouts.
No, it's not roundabout. It's
Yeah, you're gonna give me one of them roundabouts.
No, it's basically a U-turn. But listen, the thing is that it was. Listen, back then, okay,
I don't care when it was.
but back then,
That's why I brought up the Black Panthers. That was in the
Yeah.
60s.
where they at now?
Where's who?
The Black Panthers. Where
Most
they
of
at
them
now?
got killed or put in jail.
Well, damn. Okay. Well, damn. To answer your question, no, they would. They would.
Okay, well, why are they letting this guy in?
I really feel that it's they're using each other. But the question is who's going to turn on who?
There you go.
That's how I feel. I feel that someone is going to turn on somebody, but I just
Okay, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If MJF turns on them, that makes me right.
Yeah, it does. But what happened if you wrong?
And they turn on him. Even like the history tells you about MJF. He's used to them. He's going to turn on them, right? But MVP ain't no average Joe. MVP is a smart mug. So
He just might be an average smo.
An average smo.
Yeah.
What are you calling him a slow bear?
No, I'm just letting you know.
No, why are you laughing?
Look, don't try to distract me. Don't try to distract me. I'm just saying maybe MVP is not as smart as he professed to be.
See, you saying that girls are not smart?
This is what I'm saying. When you have a faction,
Mm-hmm.
you are a self-contained unit. You either roll with us or we're going to roll over you. That is what Nino Brown said in New Jack City, because of the history of a group of people always being infiltrated by someone outside the group.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
I'm not doing the writing, because see, if I was doing the writing, I would bring up the history to make it make sense. I don't know if my man them know if they got the history to make it make sense.
But see, here's the thing: they can't. Now you talk about the history of the Hurt Syndicate, correct?
Wait a minute, Willie just said I got MVP joining up with MJF, and they turn on the Hurt Syndicate.
Well, watch this.
Wait, what?
That's what he said.
Watch this. I'm gonna flip that.
Okay.
So I saw what advocate of Enochiism.
Yeah, advocate.
But
shout out to the Wrestling Collective on X. We just wanted to give them a shout. Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, the Pinnacle maybe because they're on the same side right now, and you got Stokely with FCR, and you bring those together. But I'll think of something else. And me and shout out to my boy Ja, we came up with this. We forget that MJF was in another group that was almost like that was
Hurt Syndicate.
He was with a group called Dynasty.
Okay.
And it was all damn near, you might as well say the Caucasian Hurt Syndicate. In MLW. You had the big, strong wrestler
right.
that could match with Bobby.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that now.
Right. So and those two guys that was in that, they are free agents right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
and what was the other guy name that used to be with MJF? He was his bodyguard.
Hammerstone.
No, another one.
No, he's talking about
Wardlow. Wardlow.
Wardlow.
Yeah, he just got cleared not that long ago. He been
injured. So right now he's doing like, I guess, ambassador duties for AEW.
Oh, okay.
Please don't ask me why.
I liked him, man. I liked him. He had a good look. I liked him.
He said he didn't want. Now this is what I read last week. He said he didn't want to just pop in just to be out off TV like in the next 2 weeks. So he want to come back when it makes sense.
Okay.
So,
But anyway, you think MJF,
Which is understandable.
because of his faction before,
mhm.
might have something to do with what's going to transpire with the Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah, I think
Or what
I
could
think
probably happen is what. Oh, go ahead. You can go. Go ahead.
let's say this. Let's say that MJF do get that title shot that he's so strong he won his Triple B back, and he lose.
Mhm.
You know MJF, he ain't gonna blame himself. He gonna point at someone else, the wrong move. He gonna point at Bob and Shelton. Why y'all didn't help me? Blah blah. I need better people, and which gonna snap, and then he gonna have his guys come out and take out the Hurt Syndicate, which gonna start a whole new, faction war.
Now, the other possibility is that what Advocate was saying in the comment section, that the Pinnacle could be being rebuilt in the back with, FTR. That's one of the best heels right now. Yes.
Mhm.
And, and what was his name? Shorty or Stokely? Yeah, Stokely is such a nigga. I swear to God.
Stokely said some shit I never forget. I said, that dude, why y'all holding him back? I'm so happy. He went at the Nigel McGuinness, and if you know his history of Nigel McGuinness, he said something like I ain't gonna say. Like Stokely, I got the balls to say it. Like
Right.
He said something about his hepatitis. I was like, oh,
Oh wow.
like Stokely.
Now Willie Wheeler just said Wardlow is actually working on a movie right now.
Really?
I think I heard something about that. Yeah.
Cool.
Hey man, when you're out for a while, it gives you a good chance to make a splash somewhere else. I can see that. I mean, he could be hurt too. You know what I'm saying? But he can also be doing something that doesn't require wrestling moves and stuff like that, to the point where he re-hurts himself.
So he was, I think it was I forgot the injury, but it got worse because he had a car accident during the injury. So
did he?
Yeah, he got a car. Yep.
That'll do it.
Yeah. But he said he's all right now. He's cleared, but he don't want to just come in just to come in. He want to come in when it's the right time. So,
which is understandable.
Yeah.
My guys on Facebook, man, my phone stopped working, and I don't know what happened, man. It wouldn't let me do a live, even though they can see through the computer. Some people, I have the phone on at the same time, but I never could get it to come back in. It cut off, and I don't know. It probably got something to do with the Wi-Fi. I don't know, guys.
Because people are they're talking.
No, I'm just saying I like to have both on at the same time. It might have something to do with my Wi-Fi on my phone system, not the Wi-Fi, that I'm paying for, but the phone system. Sometimes it don't work worth a damn. Where I'm at in this area where I live, there's been times it's like cuts off 15 times a day, and then there's been times that it run for two days. But be that as it may, man, I just want to get you guys' take on that because, like I said, that AEW. I only saw a few matches. I didn't see the whole show. I'm gonna tell you though, I'm loving that they're giving the what's her name? Tori something, the girl from Australia.
Tony Storm.
Tony Starr.
Man, what a jewel.
I love that they're giving her a push and letting her be that character. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes her stand out.
Yes.
I really like that. I really like that because I watched her match also. I'm not so familiar with all the AEW characters because they kind of changed. Well, at one time they were changing a whole lot. So seems like they're getting a little stability now. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not wrong. They have been really cooking over the last 3 months.
Okay.
The last 3 months.
I'm noticing that, but I don't know if I'm noticing. I don't know if I'm seeing.
I'm not going to lie to you. Even Collision has gotten better. Like,
is it
better? Yes. And I wasn't really fucking with Collision, especially
right. That's the one that comes on Saturday nights.
Right. Now it's coming on Thursdays now.
Because it's on Thursday now.
Yeah, no, that's because the NBA Finals and.
Yeah. I got you.
I think this the last Thursday gonna come on. Well, not Thursday. Actually, this week is Wednesday. They do another 4-hour show. So
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
a 4-hour show tomorrow night.
Yeah, NBA need that. It's kind of hard going up against the NBA on Saturday night.
No,
Yeah, you're right about that.
They can keep them finals. Nobody ain't watching that shit.
yeah,
Hey,
honestly,
brother, this is the thing. This thing about the NBA. It's a worldwide faction,
That's cool. But I ain't watching that bullshit.
you know. But if people here, okay, they can have ratings down in the United States, and people don't realize it's 9 billion people on Earth. It's only 340 in the United States of America. They don't lose no money. You think they can pay people $380 million on a super deal by not getting the ratings? But money is there. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm more entertaining than.
Wait a minute, man. Milwaukee, oh, they got put out. Now y'all might be losing Giannis.
No, Giannis is
That's the only thing that city got.
No, Giannis is staying in Milwaukee.
Giannis said, man, I'm catching the first thing smoking up out this sucker, bro.
If that was the case, then he would have left like a long time ago. But the one thing,
Well, he wanted to get
the one person they really need to get rid of is Damian. They need to get
Damian Lillard. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If you saw that catastrophic injury, he might not be coming back next year anyway.
period.
Yeah.
Because that injury happened late in the season.
Yeah.
And it takes you at least a year.
Yeah, they already said that he's not gonna be available next year. So
Oh my God.
yeah.
Them Achilles, bro. Golly, bro. I like Damian Lillard though, man. I really do. He's a good basketball player. But I'm like you. I don't think the mesh was there.
Yeah.
I don't think the mesh was there. I think the mesh started to fall apart when Drew Holiday left.
Yes, I agree. They should have never let their like premier
Right.
defense, they should have never let his ass go. And
They
I don't
shouldn't have
know
let
why.
their championship core.
I don't think so either. And I don't understand why.
Never did, because they was being greedy. That's the thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Instead of like focusing on their defense, they want to focus on their offense, because their offense is more so like it's like a mirror image of the Warriors. Everybody wants to throw threes now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But remember, defense wins championships.
I'm about to say,
defense. You know
I'm
what
about to say, go back to that championship. Their defense was the ones that started the fast break.
Suffocated.
You remember they blocked the key game I think was he blocked his shot and he ran all the way down.
Turned it over.
Alley-oop. And that just changed the momentum. So
did they let the coach go?
Yes. Yeah. And they got what the fuck is his name? Comment section, help me out. I don't even know my goddamn coach's name.
Was it Doc Rivers?
What's up? Yeah, Doc Rivers. Yeah, I don't know why they
Doc Rivers.
Doc ain't finna change nothing, man. Doc go sit down over there, man. Easy. I think Doc then kind of.
That's his coaching style. His coaching style is, I'm just gonna come in because on my name's gonna be head coach. But whatever y'all was doing, that's gonna be it. That's all. I'm gonna sit here and like I'm pointing this way, but y'all do what y'all do. And he do this.
I like Doc, man, but I just don't think
they need to fire his ass.
He's not a good coach to me, man. Like you got that one championship because you had 3 of the top 5 or 10 players on one team, and you was lucky to have Rondo as your point guard.
But that team, you talking about that Boston team?
Mm-hmm.
That Boston team had a bench also. You had the 3 bigs and the one young guy, but what a bench, bro. I mean, damn, they were that good. They were that good at one time. And you remember they was calling Doc the best coach in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my question I asked you because I like, all right, so
what's that?
He was that good of a coach, and he couldn't do that with the same. I'm not gonna say the same, but he had great talent in the Clippers.
Right.
They didn't do shit. They didn't even go past. I don't even went to the conference championship. Probably that's the first they went. And you couldn't do shit with an MVP talent like Giannis.
Giannis is good, man. Giannis is good, but Giannis has proven, as good as he is, he doesn't make anybody better around him.
That's true.
As good as he is, you know, he never makes other people. That's the one thing that people don't recognize or never want to talk about. How good do you make your teammates? Everybody can talk about individual prowess. But how good are you when you bring in when I can make a nobody look like a somebody on a nightly basis?
That's not Giannis.
No,
Giannis is
that's not 90% of the NBA.
true.
That is why I give a person like LeBron James so much kudos. When I leave, you might as well fire everybody. If I come to a team of nobodies, I can make them all play at another level. That is an art form within itself. It's just like a pro wrestler that can make a nobody wrestler, never had a good match, look like he should be in the main event. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That is an art form within itself. People like the Heartbreak Kid, he had that. People like Owen Hart, he had that. Bret Hart, they had that. Mm-hmm. They could make guys that didn't look like main event guys look like main event guys. That's an art form. You know what I'm saying? And that's what LeBron James is. He can make nobodies. I'm going to make your game better. When a coach can't make you better, I'll make you better.
When you can make it sound better.
When you said that, I just thought about why people get rewarded this damn Money in the Bank now.
What you mean?
So, you remember when Damian Priest won the Money in the Bank? He won it right after he had that great main event with Bad Bunny.
Okay.
This year, we all said Naomi deserved it. Y'all don't know how much she deserved. Because when you can have a good one-on-one match with Jay Cardell,
right?
You better reward that girl, and she got her Money in the Bank.
Period.
You know what I mean?
You know,
so now you make me think like, okay, they test y'all out, y'all pass the test. We gonna give you the Money in the Bank because
right.
We know you can make anybody good. So now,
right,
and
right.
All right,
it's certain guys out there. There's certain guys out there, and like I said, I've only seen two people in my life in the wrestling game. There's certain guys out there. You go, man, he having a hell of a match with him. I never had seen him have a match like this before. He's been good. This person's been in good matches, but boy, look what he's doing. Cause that guy thinks for that guy. I know what to make him look better because now I ain't never thought about it before because I've never been in the ring with him. But now we're going one-on-one. What can I do to make him look better? Because when he looks better, it makes me look better. It don't make me look like I'm so overwhelming that the audience looks at me like, oh, man, what are you doing in the ring with that guy? My boy just said, Matthew, Kurt Hennig, he was the same way. Kurt Hennig make you look like $1 million. That's how good this dude was, man. My boy, God rest his soul. And like I say,
to oversell a lot to make y'all look good. To make a lot of people look good. I said he used to oversell a lot to make people look good.
And you remember Shawn Michaels did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a time to oversell. It's not with every match or every person. It's a time to do that. And these guys got that sixth sense to know when to do it and make it look like, man, you just bust out laughing. Kurt, I was just getting back and laugh at some of the stuff that he did. Like somebody give him a headbutt on a turnbuckle, right? A regular turnbuckle head. And then he jumped 10 feet in the air, spin around, and fall in the other turnbuckle. I'm like, damn, was the headbutt that hard? I'm like, man, what was that? You know? Or somebody throw him out the ring, right? And he jumps over the top rope. You know, he'll just tell you, just throw me. And you don't throw him out. He's running and he dives out and make you look like you throwing him out. And he hit the ground and roll 10, 20 feet. And I'm like, brother, we used to sit back and go, brother, this dude here, man.
That man would do a front flip after his turnbuckle. Like, what the? There's no way.
Listen, the selling back in the day, especially Scott Hall. Oh my God, that man sold the hell out that Stone Cold Stunner, man.
Oh my God.
And Stone Cold to his very like, yo, I'm gonna put some stank on it. He gave the keyword when I put some stank on it. I was like, what the hell? It's the regular Stone Cold Stunner you always do. I'm gonna put some stank on it. Stunner, that was bounced all the way up.
That man went into the atmosphere.
Oh my God!
He became an astronaut. You know,
I love it, man. But hey, guys, We went over the conspiracies, the R-Truth conspiracies. We don't know. I got my own thing. Chris got his own thing, and Forza got his own thing. You put them all together, I think we close. I think we're close. We talked about the main event. John Cena, Randy Orton. Difference of opinion. But then we got to the main events of main events. And I don't even know what happened that night. Everything exploded. And matter of fact, I know the guys that won, and that's all I know. 50,000 things happened. I want to go back and watch it again. So like I said, guys, subscribe, become followers, and be a part of the hottest pro wrestling show on podcasting right now. For my man, the Enforcer. For my man, Chris Dillsworth, even though he got timeless. Timeless? I want him gone right now.
Thank you. Thank
Timeless.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm your boy, Stevie Ray, and they call us three the hard way. Hey, don't be a stranger. And if you do nothing else, you be one. Peace. See you. And I would not want to be you.
Deuces.
All right, Enforcer.